Hello, my name is Peter Hurst-Hopf, and today I'll be presenting to you on why we should invest in artificial intelligence. First off, did you know that nearly 1.25 million people die in road crashes each year, which is on average 3,287 deaths a day? Artificial intelligence can solve this problem among many others, and it's said to be one of the most innovative technologies that man has created. As Max Tegmark, a physicist from MIT, states, everything we love about civilization is a product of intelligence. So amplifying our human intelligence with artificial intelligence has the potential of helping civilization flourish like never before. That is, as long as we manage to keep the technology beneficial. While some may argue that artificial intelligence is a dangerous and costly industry, the truth is quite the opposite, where governments and people should both invest in artificial intelligence as it provides a means to benefit our society through efficient processes as well as improved quality of life, greater scientific achievement, and contribution to our GDP. So, the major threat currently, you guessed it, it's China. China is investing tons of money into artificial intelligence, and they've been investing billions into startups for programs such as news reading robots, as well as AI counter strategy for foreign relations, and most alarmingly, autonomous weapons. The US has tried to combat this by cutting off supply of US microchips and toughening oversight on Chinese investments, as well as business with different Chinese companies. However, these methods aren't working, and the fact that while it may be an easy political sell for most politicians, it's really just shooting ourselves in the foot, where the main issue we're dealing with is when anyone has a new set of technologies, such that ones, like the nuclear bomb for example, we do not want one country to have sole control of that technology. Thus, we need to deter monopolies by investing and bringing more competition so that we can maintain the balance of power. And with any new technology, those who control the new technology have the obvious advantage. Additionally, the AI industry is poised for incredible growth, such that it'll be worth, according to many economists, $15.7 trillion to the global economy from a decade from now. And something you're probably more familiar with, autonomous vehicles, which you've probably seen at some point driving around. IHS Markit predicts that by 2040, 16% of all new vehicles sold will be fully autonomous, which is just a huge market, such that if you imagine the iPhone when it was released was such a huge market, and now everyone has touchscreen phones. But in order to understand how it's so important, we must understand what artificial intelligence is. So it's merely a branch of computer science that deals with the simulation of intelligent behavior in computers, or it's the capability of a machine to imitate human intelligence. And it's currently being developed in many ways such that there's two main theories behind AI. That is weak AI as well as strong AI. An example of weak AI is something where you have a technology where you essentially, it's like any kind of coding, you input something and then you expect a certain output to occur, such that with an example of this is autonomous vehicles, where you have a certain level of conditions that are met, and when you reach one of those conditions, you expect a certain response from the autonomous vehicle. However, while this is our current understanding and our current goal, the ultimate goal for most people in the technology industry is to build a system that can think and use human reasoning as a model, but not necessarily the end goal, such that we will be able to augment our society and make processes more efficient and improve the quality of life through better management of our natural resources. However, not everyone agrees with this point, in the fact that many people are concerned that it will take over the world. I'm not sure if you've seen the movie Terminator, but many people are concerned that artificial intelligence, once it reaches a certain point, will see no need for humanity. Additionally, a more pressing issue is it'll take away jobs, in the fact that it'll cost many people with lesser skilled jobs, such as like on assembly lines, their jobs, and with more and more advancement of AI, more and more people will start losing their jobs. Additionally, people are concerned that artificial intelligence will concentrate power within a small group of people. And that could be very unfortunate. That's an example of monopoly. Additionally, people are concerned that AI will be able to make judgment calls such that with any type of autonomous warfare, it won't be able to, like, for example, if a drone sees a target, whether or not they should eliminate that target or not, it doesn't have the ability to make that judgment. However, while many people might fear losing their jobs and the end of the world, a lot of these ideas are actually not well informed in the fact that the most current one, which is associated with jobs, is actually not true in the fact that AI will not take away jobs, but rather create a lot more. In fact, many economists state that it will just displace jobs and it will just change what many humans do, in the fact that it'll create many of new jobs, such as data detectives, AI-assisted healthcare technicians, as well as virtual source Sherpas, are just a few examples of the many jobs that could be created. So, moreover, jobs will shift and evolve, not disappear, and it'll augment how people think, what people do. Through an example of this is a customer service agent, for example, with information from a CRM platform, like, could help the agent decide whether or not to issue a refund, could be an example of this. Moreover, McKinsey, which is a large economic firm, states that they estimate that 7.2 million jobs will actually be created as a result of artificial intelligence in the UK alone. And 70% to 77% of companies expect no net change in their workforces in either Europe or the United States, with 17% of those companies believing they'll see a major gain in jobs. And the concern with judgment calls is, it is definitely a well-funded issue. However, with any new technology, there's always room for improvement, and over time, technology gets more advanced. And probably the most pressing issue that people are concerned with is AI is going to take over the world such that it'll be concentrated upon power. But that's why investment in AI is actually the best deterrent for that. And the fact that as more companies invest in it, they'll create more competition. And with more competition, there's less chance of one company controlling everything. For example, the iPhone. Many companies such as Samsung or Google are producing products that are similar in order to create enough competition so that no one country or one nation controls this one power that could eliminate the planet. And there's a few more misconceptions, such that when considering evil robots, we consider consciousness, evil, and robots. And the worry isn't necessarily malevolence, but rather competence, and the fact that any super intelligent AI is, by definition, very good at attaining its goals, whatever they may be. So we just need to make sure that those goals are aligned with ours and make sure we program it correctly. So now that we've talked about the issues surrounding AI, we're now going to focus more on the actual benefits of AI, such that AI is able to deal with mundane tasks. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't sleep, and it has no sense of boredom. In fact, it makes smarter and faster decisions. Areas like include automated fraud detection, and it motivates research in many areas, such as from economics to law and technical topics such as verification, validity, security, and control. And it does this with very little error, such that it's able to compute large sets of data with essentially no errors depending on the programming. And an example of this is its use in healthcare, such as IBM Watson's genomic product, which was used in a North Carolina hospital, cancer center specifically, to engineer treatments for over 1,000 patients. And many people were able to receive treatments who were not able to receive them before. And finally, one of the most current examples of AI, again, is autonomous vehicles. Back to that point at the beginning, imagine if we didn't have to worry about getting in a car and getting hit by another person. AI could solve this problem in the fact that it is much more intelligent. Most of the issues surrounding car crashes are human in nature, in the fact that humans make decisions and they make improper decisions. They decide to cut someone off, Whereas an AI doesn't think like this. In fact, it just figures out the most efficient route and takes many different factors into account when operating the vehicle. So with that, realizing the benefits of AI are far from automatic, in that it will require effort and entrepreneurship to develop the needed complements and adaptability at the individual, organizational, and societal levels. And if we're able to do it right, AI can bring about many new jobs, as well as bring tremendous growth to our economy and offer many solutions that were not made possible before. So with that, some people worry that artificial intelligence will make us inferior, but then anybody in their right mind should have an inferiority complex every time he looks at a flower. I found this quote to be quite funny. And finally, any questions?
I have one. Can you talk about prices of goods with AI?
Absolutely. So AI is actually, many people are concerned, oh, AI will make everything more expensive. However, this is not true in the fact that AI takes large sets of data, and it's able to calculate the marginal price as well as profit maximization equations, and it's able to take all these factors into account for companies so that it can actually find the best price that will make sure that consumers get it keeps the market price competitive for consumers, as well as being able to keep and retain employees with companies. So actually, AI will manage prices far better than we're currently managing them now, such that an example is Amazon. Amazon deals with thousands and thousands of products every day and changes the prices constantly, which can be detrimental for many producers as well as suppliers. And with AI, through better management, this could help solve many of those problems. Any more questions? No? Fantastic. All right, these are my works cited, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you for being here today.